Last time on Hasta, Alaska, we made it halfway up the USA, crossing the state of California. We shared our VW combi home with a few adventure-seeking girls and explored off the beaten track in Northern California. This time, we're making the push for the Canadian border and crossing Oregon and Washington. Join us to see who we pick up and how the open road treats us. We decided last minute to take an uncharacteristic detour away from the Pacific coast and instead tackle the Cascade Mountain Range.
Such a surprise to see snow here. I haven't seen it since South America in Ecuador. Alaska has never set foot on snow. This is going to be fun. I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm so stoked to see snow again. It's been like almost 3 years since I saw snow. How cool is this? Snow! So we're coming into the mountains.
Having spent most of her life at sea level and travelling through the tropics, this was the first time that Alaska had set foot on snow. And let me tell you, she was an instant fan. The benefits of stepping away from the coast made themselves immediately apparent upon arriving at Crater Lake.
Do you have any appreciation for how good that view is? Any?
You might be able to guess that this lake is a remnant of an old volcano, but what you might not know is that it's actually the deepest lake in the USA, and interestingly, it has no streams running in or out of it. So the water level is entirely controlled by incoming rain and snow and outgoing evaporation.
This is a good moment. The sun is setting over there. Full moon is rising over there. Crater Lake is over there. And combi life is here.
Just woke up and this is the view of my life. It's crazy. Like, who gets to be in a place like this on a Monday morning? No one. Oh yeah, I do.
Crater Lake is the kind of view that you don't get tired of, but adventure was calling. Back on the road and low on gas, we were about to learn something interesting about Oregon.
I heard in Oregon that you have to get people to pump your gas for you, but this is ridiculous. Hi there, can you send someone up to pump some gas for us, please? Thank you very much.
Yeah, we do it in America.
But no self-service in Oregon.
No, we need jobs in Oregon. Well, that's how I get my job, because I gotta do it.
Fueled up and back on the road, we made it to Puget Hot Springs for a team bath. Well, there was no way that I was dipping my family jewels in the icy mountain streams.
My name is Shaul, and I'm from all over. And I'm here because it's free and beautiful, and there's hot springs, an abundance of fish, and a good place to slow down time.
How long have you camped out here?
I've camped here for a week and a half now.
Okay.
Would you like some watercress?
It's delicious.
So you gotta take advantage of what nature gives you. We were running out of salad, but we found some watercress down by the river, so now problem solved.
On the other side of the hot springs, there are cold springs. This is natural spring water that you can drink straight from the waterfall. Not a bad Tuesday. And I thought it was going to be tough camping in Oregon.
As usual in combi life, just as things looked like they couldn't get any better, Capito reminded us that you have to take the ups with the downs.
Oh dear. Having problems with Capito again, completely different problems this time as always. This guy is towing us to Diamond Lake where we will try to investigate the problem further. Thank you very much.
Nearest auto parts is 35 to 70 miles away.
Pretty cool.
Can I borrow that?
Sure, man. It ain't mine. I'm gonna park it over here and go somewhere. I'm not gonna look.
Unfortunately, without a working combi, we weren't able to get Mateo where he needed to be, so we had to say goodbye.
Okay, man. Good times.
Robin was not only our hero for the day for towing us back within phone reception, but he also offered to take Mateo up to the next town with a bus service.
Fucking crazy. You should see it from the outside. Just like you can't see the combi anymore. It's covered.
FML.
Sarah and I decided to weigh up our options and enjoy a beer in the sun. And then we found out why they say there can be 4 seasons in one day in Oregon.
It's actually kind of snowing. I didn't think I'd see this happen. I wasn't even sure if I'd see this happen in Alaska.
We put a note up on our Facebook page to see if anyone was coming our way past the auto parts store.
Flipping snowing, flipping broken down again, flipping, don't know what to do. Unreliable vehicle. Snowing! The whole reason of me staying down in Mexico all this time was so that I'd miss all of this snow. In Redmond?
Yeah, just north of it, so we're about an hour outside of the line, and then it'll probably take an hour from there to get down to the Diamond Lake area.
Kind of sounds like it's a long way out of your way, mate.
Responding to the distress call, Cody drove a 5-hour round trip to come to our rescue. What a legend.
Hero!
It's a little buggy over here.
I want to hug you.
What's up, bud?
Thank you for coming to save us.
No worries.
You brought the pot?
Oh yeah.
Hopefully. Let's have a look. It's the right part. Yeah, right? That's what I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Thank God. That was it, just one tiny little box, the coil. And even that only lasted 2 days. Unbelievably, this brand new part that we got from Napa is a duff. You can see that the connection's broken. I've had to repair it so we can get here with a little bit of wire. I just jammed in there. It worked. It'd probably get us to Alaska, but like, might as well get a new one. Napa, I have something to complain about.
Adventure ready once again, we were itching to get back on the road, or off the road as the case may be.
Spin the tires, you're done. I mean, you spin the tires, you're done. And you just dig. Shit.
He said that this is the map that we have. This is actually better detail than the map we have. And in between this tiny little section, which looks like one line that's about a 1/4 inch big, is this entire area here.
And these are all the roads. These are how many roads you got in there.
One left, one right, one left, one right. See where we wake up tomorrow.
Unfortunately, we didn't get too far on our adventure because of this.
What the
What the flip up?
Oh man.
We ain't gonna go across that.
Maybe if we got up enough speed.
It looked like the road had been washed out over winter, and there was no way that we were getting the combi over this obstacle.
So what does the Hasta Alaska crew do when faced with disaster? We have a picnic and we have a craft beer to celebrate life.
We eventually made it to Bend, Oregon and met up with one of our younger viewers. Reese and the Ringo family invited us into their home and we had our first taste of American family life. The Ringo family even taught us how to fly fish. As it turns out, Bend, Oregon is an adventure playground, so it's probably best summed up with a montage. Man, it's just what I needed. I'm loving Bend already. Next up, a couple of random things happened. We randomly got a puncture. Continuing the theme from last week of everything breaking, we have a puncture. A puncture wouldn't be a problem, but the tyre's buggered. And this is a new tyre. It's a tear in the tyre wall, which basically means that the tyre's going to keep deflating. And obviously, being that we're in some pretty remote locations fairly often, we can't have that unreliability. So we're going to have to get it changed. Thanks, Capito. Sarah and I randomly fell in love with the US microbreweries. Okay, that's not that random. But then we randomly met Tara at one of those breweries.
Get your little booty
No way, Tara. Come here, give me a hug.
How are you? I can't believe it.
Oh my gosh, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you too.
Wow, hello, back again.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, I missed your face.
It was great to see Tara again, albeit briefly. Let's talk about the weather. British people love to talk about the weather. We're in the Pacific Northwest for sure now. Can you see those clouds on the video? This lake's actually closed for the season, but we snuck in overnight and spent the night here. So we had this all to ourselves. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about the weather for a second because it's making a bit of a difference now. We can notice it for sure. There's water everywhere, but it's too cold to swim in. Certainly too cold to wash in. You can handle just a few seconds in that stuff. Fortunately, we received a tip that there was a natural hot springs not too far away with hollowed out tree trunks as baths. This was something we had to see. By the time we hit Portland, we were relaxed enough to handle the chaos of city life that for some reason many people choose for their full-time ambience. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not a city person, but I have to say Portlandia has it going on. We really can't do this city justice in this video, but if you have the opportunity, you should visit. The place and the people are really cool. We were mainly in Portland to sort out 4 things. 1, replace a broken lens for our camera. 2, try to fix our dying laptop. Now what? 3, do an interview for Portland Fox News. And 4, increase the size of our combi crew. Some people we met stayed just for the day, and some people just for the night.
Alaska, this is your garden. Be free to explore. Libre.
Good morning.
Finally, we met Brew, who decided to jump on board. Oregon is a truly beautiful state. We'd entered with 0 expectations and had been pleasantly surprised by the cordiality of the locals and the immense natural beauty.
Hey!
You don't look like you have too much fun. I'm Kyle.
Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Unfortunately, by this point we were fast running out of time on our visa. There was no time for horsing around.
Leave you alone for 2 minutes, Finland.
We desperately needed to get closer to the Canadian border and put some miles on the clock. So this probably wasn't the best time to let Sarah have her first go at driving the combi.
After living in the combi for 3 months and sitting on the passenger seats for almost 3,000 kilometers, which is about 1,500 miles, I decided that it would be about time for me to take the wheel. This has nothing to do with the fact that on the same day Ben also decided that he had enough confidence in me to pass me the keys.
Feel how responsive the throttle is first.
That is throttle.
That's that one bit. This is called accelerator or throttle.
All I could hear him say was pretty much this.
Any last words?
Mom, I love you. And Dad, you too.
How good a driver are you? What have we got ourselves into here? I know, Alaska's sighing on my leg like, off-road again, is it? No, Alaska, this is a car park. You know how like animals have senses?
Yeah.
They can sense the future? Alaska, don't worry, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I had been driving for about 5 minutes when I made my first crab error, which almost cost us the whole combi. Okay, here we need to stop.
Okay, all the way. Right. We're just rolling out into the middle of the road. So she didn't have her foot on the clutch, so the engine was still trying to move us forward. So she was putting her foot on the brake, but the brake wasn't strong enough to stall the engine. So we bounced out into the middle of the road. Luckily, there was no one there.
Oops.
It's gonna be a long drive. 3 hours left.
3 hours. I know. Sometimes listening to Ben to talk about cars for even 3 minutes can be a bit painful. So let's spice things up a bit.
It's an old beat up bus. It's just how it is. You know, you gotta like feel your way down the road. It doesn't just drive, it's gonna feel your way. Yes, and the steering box has recently been tightened, and this is about as good as the steering gets, but it's kind of typical. Old parts, you know?
I finally drove us all the way from Oregon to Puget Sound. It was a long drive, but it really felt good to be behind the wheel after so many months.
But I'm not that kind of guy. I like you, but like in a kind of human way, you know? Human way. Some games are just for dogs. That's a dog game.
After me driving for the whole day, Ben just took the wheel for the show. We're arriving at a beach house by some lake in Washington. I ride today to Washington. Let's go check it out.
As it turns out, it wasn't actually a lake, but the Puget Sound. Still, the water was super calm and it's some kind of paradise, let me tell you. We would have totally missed this spot if it hadn't been for the kind invite from Robert and Kay.
Yeah, because that...
Holy
shit!
shit! Wow.
That was a good one!
You can't believe-
Straight. Oh my
think I'll change career.
I don't know if you saw that on the GoPro, but that was phenomenal.
Just having a little sort out of the combi since we've got the space in the Puget Sound. So I was going through to see if things that I'm carrying are actually necessary. So you can fit a lot of things in a toolie box.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, and that is what it's for.
And
yeah, it does go with that accessory. Well done. So Brew, what have you found?
Well, I have found that Ben has enough eco camping suds to last at least the next year.
Why do you think that might be?
Because you don't seem to use it very often, maybe.
what's going on?
Suspension came loose on the highway and we lost the ball. So the shock absorber is kind of not attached to the car. It wants to be attached to the car. Trying to find some bits and pieces and see if we can pin it back together.
We made a brief stop in Seattle. Some cities you just have to see. It really would have been rude not to. We wanted to see the home of Starbucks and pay homage for the hundreds of hours we've consumed of Starbucks Wi-Fi whilst uploading our YouTube videos. We also wanted to see the farmers market as we heard something about flying fish. Seattle seemed pretty cool, but we really weren't there for that long. We noticed as day turned to night that people just seemed to be sleeping on the city streets, so we tried the same.
It's a good morning! Morning! Morning, Seattle! Ooh, it's a bit chilly. It's a bit fresh in the shadow. Morning. Morning. How are you guys? Washington is absolutely stunning. I can't believe we only have a few days to explore. Definitely a good reason to come back and try and see some more because it's gorgeous.
It really was a shame that we didn't get to see much of Washington State. There is enough USA to keep you exploring for a lifetime, and a 90-day visa seems very limited for a country of this size and grandeur. But alas, our time in the contiguous United States is up. Now we must cross into the mighty Canada and continue our push for Alaska and the Arctic. Next time on Hasta, Alaska, we arrive in British Columbia, Canada, and we are not disappointed. In this next episode, we'll be covering some serious kilometers, or at least trying to. Join us to see who we pick up and what adventures we get up to. Don't forget to subscribe.